Hey, how's it going everyone? Gramps here, and today we're playing Formula One, of course, on the good old iPad. So, it's Formula One multiplayer, and basically the game is centered around multiplayer, which is really fun. I really enjoy it, and so how it works is basically a 1v1, if you will, and also in the 1v1 you're playing against AIs, so you have to basically navigate the AIs but still beat your opponent. So it's fun. It's a different kind of style. It's not like everyone's racing against each other like with real people, so it's interesting with the blend of AIs and actual opponents. So today we're playing for the first track. It's Paul Ricard, and this isn't my best track, to be honest. And when I recorded these videos, all the ones that you're seeing today, this is like one of my first times playing, or not my first time, but it's been a while since I played Formula One, so I was kind of trying to remember the tracks and remember exactly where to brake and all that. So yeah, so there's definitely some rustiness you will see in this video. I'm hoping by the next 2 or 3 videos of this it'll be all shooken out. Anyway, so we're actually ahead of our opponent here by, up in the left hand corner you can see, by 1 point. We'll drop down because I start braking. About half a second it looks like, 0.5 there, 0.6, so a decent gap. So we're doing good, and this is a faster style track, so you have 3 setups with your car. You can kind of tune your car to be like, to favor, you know, like lightweight and top speed, or it can be like a handling car, brakes, stuff like that. So the setup I'm using right now is top speed and lightweight, so the brakes handling aren't really good, but the speed is really good. So that's why I'm using it, because it's fast track, and we're still up by half a second, and just going to the last corner here, and we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We don't mess up or anything. So you know what? Starting it out with a W, not bad, not bad. I'm all celebratory, swerving around. I was so happy to get that first W. So we won by 1 second and 0.24. Not bad. Pretty decent gap. So next to my name, or next to the helmets, you can see like different numbers. I have 3.3. He has 1.6. That's our safety rating. Basically, how well I drive, how many people I hit, that all kind of comes into your safety rating. So you can kind of tell before you start the match. See here, I've dropped down a little bit. You can kind of tell the other player, you know, it's kind of indicative, or, you know, precautionary. You know, if they have a lower safety rating, you might kind of be wary of a ram, or they're just trying to just hit you or something like that. But anyway, to the next map here, or track here. Jeez, what am I saying? Playing on Zandvoort, that guy just kind of comes back onto the track and kind of just runs into me. So we kind of go off the track, and that's just unfortunate. So Zandvoort, I think, or I don't know, I actually don't honestly know how to say the name exactly. Push the AI off the track there because I didn't want to come back at me. So I don't know this track too well, to be honest. It's very fast, but the turns are like, they're also high speed, so I don't know exactly how much brakes to give. I always over brake on this track, especially the first time I've played it in a while. So this is pretty bad, to be honest. Like I'm pretty slow. So we're losing, if you can tell in the left-hand corner, top left-hand corner. We're down by almost 2 seconds. That's a long time in racing terms. But as you can see, he gets a penalty. So that cuts his engine power by, I believe, like 60%. And he comes over and pushes the AI over, and the AI hits me, and I spin out the AI, and there goes my chance of coming back at him. We unfortunately don't win. Some questionable moving by our opponent there, Silver Fox. But you know what? Wasn't that bad. But if you look at it, so these other numbers in the center of the screen, you saw like an 1,000 on my side and 2,000 on his side. That's how upgraded the car is. So he was 1,000 points like more upgraded than I was. So that's pretty crazy that we still made it that close. This next track is the Red Bull track, so it's Austria? Yeah, Austria. This track I'm pretty comfortable with. It's been in Real Racing 3, and I think it's in Grid Autosport, maybe. Yeah, it's in Grid Autosport too. So it's a pretty popular track across a lot of racing games. So I know it pretty well. So I used my top speed class for this one. So already by the first corner, you know, we're already cruising. We're already over 1 second, 1.5, 1.6 seconds, and we're already up to sector 2. And you know, that's pretty good. Not bad for right now. As long as we just don't bottle it or anything like that. It's pretty easy to do. I know sometimes watching racing, especially like I watch like some racing like YouTubers when they play, it looks easy, but it's really not. There's a lot of input you have to give, and just a lot of just knowing what you're doing, basically. It's really easy to mess up. So knowing that, we actually are now 2.5 seconds ahead of the guy. I don't know exactly what happened, but it seems like he's made some sort of mistake. As I was just saying, it's not easy. So it looks like he's made a mistake there. So basically all we have to do is not make a mistake, and we're basically going to cruise to this victory. And it looks like after that turn, it's going to be a W. Easy win, basically. Almost a 3-second gap. So that's easily my highest gap, and got super lucky at the end there. I was actually rammed into the side of the wall, and I forgot that if you ram into the side of the wall hard enough, your wheel falls off and you get a DNF. And that means you do not finish. And even after you cross the finish line and you hit the wall, it'll still DNF you. So I was super lucky not not to crash the car all the way and have that happen to me. So on to our next track here. It's going to be Australia, and this is a qualifying match. So basically with qualifying, both cars are ghosted, and what I mean by that is you can just go through each other. There's no hitting each other at all. So it's basically with qualifying, it's just who can set the fastest lap. And me not playing this game in a while, and definitely not used to Australia. This track is not in a lot of other racing games, so I'm really unfamiliar with it. With this track, I knew I wasn't going to do that great. But as I say that, we're actually up ahead by 0.4, so almost half a second. So not bad. I'm actually pretty surprised that we're here. It's like that the Paul Rudd meme. Look at us here, or like, you know, I guess you know what I'm talking about. Oh man. So yeah, I'm actually surprised that we're doing this well, and we're actually up to a second now ahead of our opponent. Going to the last sector here, so only one more sector. So these sectors, every track is divided by 3 sectors, and you know, you're timed on each sector, and if you're faster than your opponent, you'll have a green sector. If you're slower than your opponent, you'll have a red sector. And at the end of the game, that really comes into play. But I totally bottle it. I totally just mess up that corner, and he goes right ahead already, like half a second faster, and I mess up literally like 2 corners away from the finish line, and we completely choke this race. Man, I was not happy. I was not happy at all, because we led basically 90% of that race, and we just screwed up massively in the last 10%. So that sucks. But since we were faster in the 2 first sectors, we get a little bit of like the in-game currency, which is nice. You can use that to upgrade your car. So this race is what you've all been waiting for. There's some filthiness in this race. Yeah, so we're just gonna play it. So it's Spain, Cataluna. It's a grid start. Playing. We're using, I think it was our high speed, or no, it was actually our handling setup here. So top speed not going to be that great, but our handling's going to be pretty decent. First corner not bad. He's actually really close to me though. Really close to me. It's going to be a close race. And so we're trying to get past the AI here. Try to put the AI in between him and us, but it doesn't really happen here. And it actually goes around the outside and comes back in, and the ghosting system works well there. So basically the cars ghost and go through each other whenever it can predict a really big collision. So luckily it worked there, and he didn't crash us, which was nice. But on this turn, I believe, or no, not this one, upcoming happens again as well. So, but again, he's only 3/10 behind us, so it's a really close race. And again, we're using the handling, so on the straights we're not going to be super fast. And He's actually coming back a little bit at us. And again, the ghosting system, he just dive bombed in. We would have absolutely just crashed if the ghosting system wasn't in place. So it's really close. We're actually ghosted right now. And he goes around the outside and unghosts. And I get a penalty right here for a corner cut. So does he. So that means our power is reduced. And we can't go full throttle. And finally, I get my penalty off. His penalty goes off as well. It's glitched on the icon. But we kind of just push him towards the edge. And he gets another penalty. Oh my gosh. We push him off the track. And he gets a penalty. It thinks he corner cut. And we win with some filthy racing at the very end. Absolutely cluster F right there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was very fun. And yeah, check out these other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, guys.